Yes, welcome to Satsang. And a warm welcome to all the friends who join us tonight around the world. We're sitting here in a small room, but we're deeply connected with many friends. When I was tuning in for tonight and looking at the world situation, I thought, I had a sense that trust could be a good topic. Trust in existence. I don't know if you followed the news about COVID in America and in Germany and in some other countries where it is really exploding like crazy. And we thought we were all safe here, and now it starts again in Sydney, and it will probably go on for quite a while. And each time there's a news, something in us gets shaken, and something in us is just watching. And we get more and more shaken, so that we watch more and more. And eventually, all that remains is the watcher, is that which is aware. And unless or until we are solidly kind of resting as this which is aware, existence shows us how to rock us back and forth and forward and backward and inside and outside. Just a little test to ask, are you still here? Are you still in the now? Are you projecting fears into the future? Are you hoping for something else? Are you, or are we, arguing with existence? Anybody argues with existence? And do you win that argument? But we try. Now, the big picture of the world is kind of a reflection of the small picture within us. And since, this is my interpretation in the moment, since we are kind of such stubborn people that hang on to our beliefs get more and more shaken, more and more rattled, more and more questioned, until only now remains. That's all we ever have. Just now. Is there any story about now? Cannot be. The moment it's a story, it's already past. And if we relate the topic trust, it's usually related to the blue, to the throat, to expression, to allowing ourselves to communicate from this moment, to speak the truth, to share the truth, to live the truth, to be the truth. It sounds all kind of quite arduous, but it's actually the most simple thing. These days we are watching The Crown. Does anybody watch The Crown? Isn't that amazing? I mean, they're quite incredible wisdom moments in it, and the contrast of being caught and living in a structure, of course a self-imposed structure, and living as freedom. We can translate that very well to our life. And the self-imposed structure somehow crumbles for most of us when we try to build it up again, try to create a certain level of security, and yet existence doesn't care. So trust. I do have an issue with trust, with the vaccines that are coming out, because there's so much true scientific report that there's a lot of ingredients that are absolutely not tested, and yet there's a big rollout. So I'm kind of watching myself, because it's also part of the unfolding of existence. So who am I to say it's right or not right? And yet it throws you back to a healthy discernment. And ultimately nothing is in our hands, or everything is in our hands. So for me, in a way, trust is what I'm looking forward also tonight, is just to sit, to sit and let everything that the mind produces, mind is a great production machine, to let it run while you rest as whatever you want to call it. Rest as peace. Rest as space, rest as love, rest as gratitude, rest as joy. Rest as all that which the mind longs for in the future, by believing that the next moment contains a better moment than this one. And then everything continues as it's supposed to continue. But more and more we disidentify. More and more we are not so much creating a sense of me from a passing story. And then perhaps we can enjoy the story. It's a good series. The Crown series ends sometime, but this series kind of continues until we kick the bucket. It's a great series. You can give it your own name. So, in old tradition, I was looking, the topic trust came after I was tuning into our Soma, and the sapphire, the El Moria quintessence came. And El Moria is a blue quintessence. I don't know, you see it maybe. And El Moria, the message of El Moria is what Jesus said in the last words, "Thy will be done." Not my will, but thy will, the bigger will. And in fact, if you look back into your life, you will realize that there has always been thy will in control. Always. Just that sometimes the little will, the my will, is aligned with thy will, and then things happen. And then sometimes it's not aligned with thy will, and they don't happen. So again, in the blue, thy will be done can be so misunderstood, because, the mind will translate it, okay, anyway, I'm hopeless, I'm a victim, everything happens in spite of me, so I better be a couch potato and don't do anything. That's not the meaning of it. The meaning of it, as I understand it, is to be so empty that you can respond to the moment without any preconceived idea. That's where we are most intelligent, like a spontaneous, creative response to now. And that creation, just when you go into the garden and look around at creation, and we forget that all this incredible beauty came from nothing, from not knowing, from emptiness. I don't know if she dares to come in. You can wave her. She comes. Okay. So, shall we try Thy Will Be Done? You're going to stand up and get 3 drops on your left wrist. The beauty is all these spaces or states of consciousness are actually also just a vibrational field. No? And the more we actually attune to a field together, the more we kind of get a sense of the different qualities that we express in life. No? I worked a lot with chakras, with the idea, it's a concept, but it's a beautiful concept to discover or to explore the richness of life expression in all different dimensions. No? The lowest is not low, it's the source, the sex center from where all life arises. Without it we wouldn't be here. And then the highest, the crown, the connection to the universe. That connection arises when the energy is free to flow. And for me, the quintessences in Arasoma, they are pointing towards essential states before they have become form. That's why in the quintessences all have names of masters. And a master energy is formless. It started with the form, but it's formless. And all the attributes that we are actually looking for in life are also formless. No? We look for love, we look for peace, we look for joy, we look for happiness, we look for, what else?
Love.
Love. At least twice love. No? Do you notice that all these words don't point to a form? That's a strange thing. That is why we overlook that we are what we're looking for. I spoke a lot about that already. We don't recognize it because we are who we really are is not a form. It carries the form. It carries, the instrument to express these different qualities, but the origin is nothing, no thing. Before Carmel came in, we talked about nature. It's like when you look at nature, it looks so rich and so full, and we get so attracted to the expression of the formless. Everything started with nothing. Isn't that incredible? If you really let that in, and we are part of this, we also started as nothing. And then your parents made love. And these tiny little things, a sperm and an egg, meet. So there's already a little bit of a form. But can you imagine you are the product of it? I'm the product of it. It's incredible. Out of nothing. Such a variety. And then we have the capacity to think about it and judge it and discern it and investigate it and appreciate or reject, which is all total nonsense. It's all happening in the vastness of space. If we really let that in, how can we judge anything? How can we resist anything? How can we argue with anything within our inner experience? Of course, we can argue a lot with outer experiences, but with our inner experience, you always lose the argument because you experience it already, right? And how do we know that it's supposed to be like this? That you're supposed to feel what you're feeling? You are feeling what you're feeling. That's how you know. So let's try this. If you could stand up, make your left wrist available. And we're going to invite El Moria. A few drops of trust. And you can rub your wrists together and close your eyes. And just for a moment get a sense of how it feels at your wrists, through your wrists. And then you can allow your arms to rise high above the head. And imagine you're growing wings from the core of your spine to your fingertips. Just let your wings grow, expand, reach high up, and then allow your wings to open and close above the crown, crossing over at the midline of the body, bringing the right and the left hemisphere into harmony. In the opening to this infinite space, to this creative emptiness. And in the embrace, embracing that central channel that is open through the crown, where we recognize that within is also pure space. And then you can open your wings and embrace the third eye, the forehead center. In the opening, just imagine you can open the curtain of all your projections, because we actually see reality mainly through our thoughts. And in the embrace, embracing that capacity to just see reality as it is. In that relaxation into what is, the message of El Moria is passed on. Now open your wings around the throat. In the opening, another curtain, the curtain of all our beliefs. Just pull them aside for a moment. And in the embrace, embrace this open creative space of not knowing, from where all creativity arises. That capacity to express yourself, not from a past knowledge, but from a spontaneous response to now. And then we can open our wings and embrace the heart. In the opening the curtain of all our shoulds and should nots, all the messages we have received over the years from well-wishing people, how we should be, how we should not be. And in the embrace, embracing the innocent heart, where the heart has not learned yet to distinguish between good and bad, because it's a man-made interpretation of what is. And as you embrace the heart, rest with your heart for a moment, absorbing the vibration of El Moria deep in the silence of the heart. And then you can open your wings again and embrace the solar plexus. In the opening, imagine you can take off all your armor, lay down your weapons of defense, and allow in the embrace to embrace your uniqueness, your individuality. There's no one like you in the whole universe. And then opening your wings and embracing your second chakra, the emotional body. In the opening, dare to allow everything around your emotions to open. Also your wounds, also your traumas. The whole existence is such a healing force. If it can give us life, it can heal any trauma. And in the embrace, embracing your deep sensitivity, your capacity to feel deeply, your capacity to melt and to be alone. And then opening your wings and embracing the first chakra, the root center. In the opening, just feel how you open your whole body to life. Because every cell is life, is alive. And in the embrace, embracing this body as your temple, as the sacred place in which your true being resides for a while. And now around the legs, all the way down, connecting with Mother Earth. And this is a good moment to let go. Let go any identification that you're aware of. Let go of any story that you don't need right now. Let go of any thought that is not useful right now. For a moment, be empty. Totally empty. Offering everything to Mother Earth. And now as you come up, you can unwind your wings around each other in a backward spiral, like symbolically unwinding any residues of the holding fibers of the mind, until we stand for a moment, our wings open. Then bringing our palms together and the wrists close to your nostrils, and taking 3 deep breaths of this fragrance into the temple of the body. Very good. And then you can sit. So I want to dedicate the light of the candle today to trust, to unconditional trust, to that space in which we can completely relax, feeling carried in the loving arms of existence. It may not appear like this sometimes, but it's always the case. Yes, and a little meditation. And if you're okay with it today, I want to guide us through all the chakras where we are blessing each energy center. You know, intention is a beautiful possibility. And usually we are very severe with ourselves. We have many ideas how we should be and how we should not be. And we have ideas about all the different energies that we carry. And I find sometimes in this crazy world where we get so much other-oriented or outside-oriented, to return and actually tune into every, you could say, every station, every energy field in the different chakras, and literally through your hands, allowing divine blessings to bless this energy center. Would you be okay with that? Because we are, we are an expression of the divine. So if you have kind of ideas, well, who am I to bless anybody or anything? Well, you are the divine in form. There's nobody else here that can bless you. Okay. So first we're going to sit for a while, a little guidance into the heart, and then we're going to move through the chakras. And when we move through the chakras, it's helpful if you actually use your hands, maybe in a little distance or close on the body, whatever feels right. And feel, because the hands are a direct connection to the heart. You just let the love of your heart, the blessings of your heart, to move to each chakra. And we're going to guide you. So you can close your eyes and take a few deep conscious breaths. One more time, a deep breath. One more time. And as we're sitting here, just bring your whole relaxed attention to your body. Just feel your body. Feel how the body is sitting here. Feel the connection to the earth. Feel how your feet touch the earth. Get a sense of all the different sensations in the body. Some areas there may be tensions, other areas that feel comfortable and open. And you may notice the moment we are present to the body, we are also present to other sensory experiences. We are hearing the music, we're hearing the sound of nature outside. The moment we really listen, we are present. And we can use any experience to deepen presence. We can, for example, bring our relaxed attention to the heart center, to the middle of your chest. And just feel your heart. And often when we speak about the heart, we may be related to love or to compassion or to space. Just feel how each in-breath is touching the heart from inside. like a light, like a little opening. And then you can feel how each out-breath is a let go deeper inside. It's like letting go into space. Each out-breath letting go into the mystery of the heart. Perhaps the heart still resonates with experiences from today. As you may notice, wherever we bring our attention to is where our energy flows. So you may suddenly feel your heart much stronger. Some of us perhaps even as a little pressure or a feeling that in the in-breath it stretches a little. And allow each out-breath to be a deeper let go inside. And like this we can melt deeper and deeper, effortlessly, deeper than thoughts, deeper than feelings, deeper than body sensations. Deeper than the breath, deeper than the heartbeat. And deeper than all experiences. So when we leave all experiences on the periphery and melt towards the center, we are no more. When we ask ourselves, am I still here? Yes, I'm still here. But as what am I here? There's no answer. Just a deep silence. Rest here for a few minutes as each out-breath takes you even deeper into this mystery. in this spacious, open silence, you may want to gently bring your hands towards the first energy center, the root center. And just feel how through your hands divine blessings are blessing the center of life, the center that gives rise to the physical body. And feel how the blessings are actually also blessings of healing. Whatever needs healing in the body, and blessing your sexual energy, that life-giving energy, and allowing your blessings to also bless your whole expression through the first chakra, which has a lot to do with the material abundance, the material life. Feel how very naturally the energy of blessings just flow into your body, into the first chakra and all the way down into your legs and feet, the whole pelvic area. If you like, you can imagine light flowing in, or warmth, or life energy. And then with the next deep breath, we can move to the lower belly between the pubic bone and the navel, to the second chakra. And allowing the blessings to touch your whole emotional body, your capacity to merge and meld with people and things, your capacity to be alone, your capacity to have all your senses wide open and take life in all its colors. And just feel perhaps the warmth of your hands as a warm stream of blessings into your belly, which includes, of course, the inner child, that part in us that sometimes feels small or is innocent and playful. Receiving the blessings of existence into your belly. And with the next deep breath, we can gently move our hands to the solar plexus, to that area between the navel and the rib cage, and allowing the divine blessings to bring light and love into your uniqueness, into your individuality, and a deep, deep recognition that you cannot be anybody else than you are, and that what you are is welcome here. Your joy, your power, your strength, and your weakness, all of it. And just feel like golden light pouring into the third chakra, melting melting away all the defense strategies and blessing your capacity to be able to move into action, to make things happen, to make a difference. Among Thy will be done, there is also an aspect of the personal will. If it's in service of love and truth, it's a very powerful energy. Blessing your third chakra. And each time we touch a chakra, remember that there's an empty center at the core from where all this new energy can naturally arise and flow and flower. And then you can bring your hands with the next deep breath to the heart, blessing your heart, blessing your capacity for compassion, for love, for space, for silence, for a deep merging with existence. And feel how the blessings from your hands are actually streaming into the heart, nourishing your gifts of love. And then you can gently, with the next deep breath, move your hands to your throat and allowing the blessings to touch and permeate your throat. Your capacity to trust, to express yourself with what is true. The capacity to be creative out of not knowing. That communication that can create bridges between people, between races. This is also the center for devotion, blessing your deep love for the unseen, that we perhaps can call existence or God or awareness or love. And feel how the space in your throat can relax, can feel deeply connected with the blue sky inside. With the next deep breath, gently moving your hands to the third eye, maybe just touching it very gently with your fingertips, and blessing your third eye, blessing your capacity for awareness, for clear seeing, for penetrating any illusion. That laser beam of clarity, blessing your intellect and your intelligence, feeling how the blessings stream from your fingertips into your third eye and literally lighting it up in the front and in the center of the head, and all the way to the back of the head. And then you can gently move to your crown and perhaps putting your hands in a little funnel above your crown and blessing your crown. Blessing your deep connection with all and everything. And feeling the divine blessings actually pouring into your whole body through that crown opening, pouring within that empty channel within, through all the chakras, reconnecting to wholeness and to the divine. And then you can relax your hands, maybe let them be open on your thighs, and feel yourself blessed. There's a beautiful expression that I heard Osho say: love is the deep desire to bless the whole existence. And we just sit for a while in this shower of divine blessings here. And from this depths inside, from this vast space, this deep silence, you can gently take a deeper breath, beginning to become aware of the body again. Coming from that vastness right into the body. Another deep breath. Perhaps a little movement or stretch until you feel ready to open your eyes to a new moment here. And another good breath and a good stretch back into this Buddha body. Very good. So we can open up a little bit. If there's anything you want to share, you want to say, you're very welcome. Unfortunately, for the friends around the world, we don't have Steve today, so we cannot read your questions, so you need to bear with us. And maybe you can transmit your questions psychically and then I'll pick it up. Come. Come a little bit closer. Very good.
So you can all see me.
They need to see you.
Yeah. Joy, oh joy. Trust.
Trust. Good topic, no?
Fascinating. It's been extremely topical for me over the past weeks. It feels that I've turned it upside down and held it by the feet and given it a really good shake to see what falls out.
And what does fall out?
A trap. It's appeared to me that trust is a construct. It's just a word.
It's a word that indicates something that is beyond the word. If you stay with the word, it's just a thought.
No trust is needed to be.
That's right. That's trust.
Okay, so this one's very stuck here.
Say that again. You just said it beautifully.
No trust is needed to be.
No trust is needed to be. Does that sound like trust to you? Again, we put a label on it and then we don't see it anymore.
Yes, I've been
Right.
blind.
Right.
Yes, thank you. There's been a lot of conditioning in this one around trust for
In
many decades.
lifetimes.
Yes,
No?
yes.
Yeah, the
And what's often come from it has been incredible disappointment.
yeah. Disappointment can only happen when you have an expectation.
Thank you.
When you have an agenda separate from the whole, and you think you know better how things should happen, then you get disappointed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it starts with expectation. And expectation is a thought about the future.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we know that the future never happens, it's always now.
Yeah. So trust without expectation, this is a whole new concept.
Trust is the end of expectation.
Yes. Mm.
Mm.
Mm. Mm. Because if there's expectation attached, then it is a trap.
Then it's a trap. And even if you shake it, the trap doesn't fall out because it holds on.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
No?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. There was a thought that this might be a long conversation. But no, it can be very brief.
It can be very brief, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you so beautifully gave your answer already.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that, like being here now doesn't need any trust, because you are already.
Mm-hmm.
But this is so uninteresting for the mind, for the becoming. Do you notice that the mind is a constant story, either of the past or of becoming? It's never here.
Mm-hmm.
That's its nature.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad or good, but it's nature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in a life where the only thing that's guaranteed is change, what is there to trust?
What is there to trust? That's right.
I mean, not relationship, not me, not you.
No. Especially not the me or the you.
Yes.
That is a construct of our ego structure that is built through elements of thinking.
Yes, because then the concept of trust takes on those elements immediately.
Immediately.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Cool, no?
Enough said.
Very good. Now the thing why I love, these sittings is that the mind has nothing to do here. It has nothing to interpret or to figure out or to solve or to manage. Nothing. We're just here. And what you call being, if you like, is the only thing that never changes.
Mm-hmm.
That which is aware. But it's not a thing.
No.
Mm.
Nor is it trustworthy or untrustworthy.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's beyond
Mm-hmm.
trustworthy and trust unworthy. Unworthy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right here. Right here. We're sitting in it. We're swimming in it. We're being held by it. We are cradled by it.
Mm-hmm.
If our attention just for a moment goes to that formless rather than to any form that it takes. And suddenly you see through everything. Everything becomes transparent. And when people become transparent, it's very beautiful. Because then you see into the beauty rather than into the construct of mind. Do you see the beauty in people sometimes?
Or more than sometimes.
More than sometimes. Good. Good.
Yes.
Mm.
You're full of it.
You know, I'm looking into his beautiful blue eyes. Trust is blue, no? And they are shining.
I think I'm having a similar experience.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Mm. And the kookaburras enjoy. Mm. They totally agree. Thank you. We can sit for the rest of the night. I heard very soon there's a big star conjunction. Anybody knows the date?
I think it's next week, like it's almost conjunct now, Saturn and Jupiter, but it's next week.
Saturn and Jupiter.
Monday, 9:05 p.m.
Monday, 9:05 p.m. Great. Thank you. I was wondering when it's happening. And apparently...
That's the solstice, so is that the same thing?
No, this is the conjunction thingy poppy.
Saturn and
Okay.
Jupiter.
It creates the star of Bethlehem. So you see that if you look from the western sky.
Mm-hmm.
Every 900 years.
They said it's happened when Christ was born, that's what they saw. So it's very interesting about trust and
Very good, very good. So Monday, 9 p.m. we really all have to look. And because apparently it's a very strong and beautiful and big star. And is there any astrologer here? What does it mean when Jupiter and... We'll find out.
When the biggest planets come together.
Sorry?
When the biggest planets merge.
Yeah, it's big when the biggest planet merge.
And apparently they're now in the Aquarius. They've been in Earth every 20 years they meet, but not in this way.
Yeah.
And it's been in Earth signs for the last 200 years. So now it's the Aquarius, the air signs. So that's that age of Aquarius.
Very good, very good. So that's on Monday, and next Friday is Christmas Day. No? I think we skip next Friday. Yeah. And what is the date after? Like Christmas is 25th, so that will be the New Year's Day. Maybe we have to skip 2 times.
Surely New Year's Day is a good day for satsang.
New Year's Day is actually a good day for satsang.
I believe it's Friday the 1st.
Yeah? Is it Friday the 1st?
Yes.
Okay. Then we go for the first, Friday the 1st evening, because everybody is still have a hangover from the evening before. So it's going to be a very quiet satsang. Or not. Or maybe we are all singing. Because the Star of Bethlehem has reappeared again, so all is well. And I also have a couples group coming up in March, and we still have a few places if you are in a couple and you want to learn more about love and relationship in a very beautiful, soft, deep, yummy way. You're very welcome. There's a brochure on that table. And then I wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas and a wonderful and blessed New Year. And, stay in the moment and stay awake. We need you. So thank you so much for today. Have a beautiful rest of the evening. There's tea and cookies outside if you like to have a cup of tea. Thank you. And thank you for everyone around the world.